presenting this ring. Because while I love my gemstones, it's hard to pick favorites. Apatite is definitely up there because it has such an energy. I mean, we straight up often call it neon blue apatite, right? Because of how radiant it is. And it is so radiant that even if you encase it or bezel set it in sterling silver, you cannot mute it. This is the blue apatite and lace design ring, which we've had to reorder to get back in stock. That is now at a sale price. This is going to be crazy. At $18 easy pay on this ring. Frankly, even if this were a bezel set blue apatite 70 points with this band, see this kind of slender one in the center? And if that's all it were, I would go, $18, that's blue apatite. We hardly ever do that. Snag it. That's not it, though. Look at the wraparound in sterling silver, the scroll work. These are all individual castings that have to make this happen. And then you get this three-dimension and oxidation, which contrasts with the holy cow, wow, of the blue apatite. This is good.
Yeah. It's I love this stone, and I love the fact that, you know, as we go with the years, we use more exotic stones. This is a classic Orpaz design. You know, everything, you know, from the dimension of almost like the yin and yang, the wave with the bark finish on the top, the scroll artwork in the side, the fact that, you know, it's not like a symmetrical ring from every angle. It looks slightly different. And then in the center, we have like this beautiful blue apatite, all done in bezel set. And, you know, apatite belongs like to the more exotic family. You know, it starts like from, if years and years ago, we used to do like more opaque stone, like onyx, carnelian, and then we did like, you know, the standard semi-precious stones. Today, we do more exotic stones like apatite. We even have like emeralds and rubies.
Oh, they're still coming.
You know, for me, this ring, it reminds me, you know, 2 years ago, I'm old, I'm getting old. I celebrated my 40th years old birthday.
His 40th birthday.
2 years ago.
He's old now. Thank you. Yeah.
I went with my wife.
What does that mean for me? I'm 41. Does that mean I'm like 1 foot in the grave? Come on. You're a baby.
We're not going to get into it. But anyway, I went to the Maldives island, and it reminds me the color of the Indian Ocean in the Maldives. This beautiful blue color that there's nothing like it. It doesn't look like any of the blue topaz color. It doesn't look like aquamarine. It has this brightness
there's nothing else
into
like
it. And ladies, if you never owned apatite, you are going to love it. It was very hard to source this stone. So the gemstone, it's just gorgeous. And then when you frame it in the Orpaz look with that, like this almost like waves that goes all the way around it. And then the scroll artwork on the side, beautifully tapered to the bottom, so you know it's going to be extremely comfortable. It was extremely popular when we presented it, and I'm not going to be surprised if it's going to be very popular today, because it's a great everyday ring. If you love your gems, if you love your silver artwork, it's a great Orpaz ring.
I'm always so shocked by how brilliant and radiant and saturated it is, even at under 1 full carat. Like sometimes you've got to go to big carat weights and stones to really see them, to appreciate them. It's almost like this stone sings louder the smaller it is. And you can see that, like most designers would hesitate to wrap any stone in sterling silver for fear of taking away its glory, its brilliance. You simply cannot do that with good quality blue apatite. And so that's what Danny has started with. But if we remove that stone entirely and look at all of the work in the sterling silver and say this is $72.36, I think most of us would go, yeah, I love the oxidation and the texture and the dimension on it. It's comfortable and I'll wear it all the time. When we add that stone, we move it out of that $72 price realm into something that really should cost so much more. And yet it stays the same. And an $18 easy pay. Now at the end of the weekend, these sale prices vanish. And we've already had some items leave us well before the end of that weekend. And this one has a history of being popular. So do consider that if you're kind of like a gemstone aficionado, you love unique pieces. This is something that Danny, really, we've been asking him to do. And now that he's doing it more and more, we just keep asking for more of it. We've got rubies and emeralds coming up, believe it or not, at prices that I think are less than $50. Crazy.
$40.
Stop it.
Yeah.
I love that you remember that. Oh, you've got them all in front of you right now.
Yeah. I'm not that smart.
Right, because you're old, as you said.
Yeah.
40. He's 40. Let me give you measurements on this. I know I dropped the ruler in, but I want to tell you, we're looking at just barely over a ½ an inch from top to bottom, but then remember,
it's tapered
it tapers down.
Yeah, and the design, we didn't talk a lot about the design. Again, I love the contrast between the bark finish and almost like the wave, and then you have the squirrel work on the side. It has such a great height, such a great dimension, just beautiful. And the Apatite in the center, just, it's like the queen on the top.
Love it, dig it. The only Apatite in the show, obviously, J329386. So, if you're loving what you're seeing today, well, I'm about to make your evening. Just type in